Welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm your not so humble host, Leanna Wilson Eden, coming to you from someplace in rural North Carolina. Where have I been the last few weeks? Well, let's get started. Okay, actually, I'm kind of humble, but that's the way that my brother starts his podcast, Demand Planning, and he's a big reason why I've been just swamped busy the last few weeks. He and I wrote a book, Dino, Tall Tales from a Simpler Times Up on the Hill. This started, I don't know if you watched my previous video a few weeks ago, how we were in West Virginia and just bringing up to random people that our dad's best friend had passed away, Dino Saplita. And everybody had all these stories, and so Eric and I just started writing back. He lives in Kentucky. Writing back and forth by email these stories about Dino, and we knew that they were our stories, but they were kind of based on Dino. And we wanted it to fit with some of the people that were there and some of the characters. And so since my brother has already published several books, you can find them on Amazon. His name is J. Eric Wilson. He and I decided to collaborate on his first work of fiction and my first published work of fiction. I've written magazine articles in some chapters in books that have been published, but never anything like this. So it's Dino. You can find it under Leanna Wilson Eden and Eric Wilson. We're on Amazon, Barnes & Noble, Walmart.com, Goodreads, and someplace else. Book Depository, maybe, I think. Anyhow, I thought I'd read you the back cover and then maybe the prologue so you could get a little bit about our book and see if it's something that might be interesting to you. We love it. One thing, let me just read the back. In Dino, Tall Tales from Simpler Times Up on the Hill, the storyteller's brother Eric Wilson and sister Leanna Wilson Eden transport you to a different time and place, making you laugh and look forward to the next adventure. These tall tales introduce readers to the wacky adventures of a child named Dino in a series of slightly exaggerated and downright funny stories. Often joined by his friends Jimmy, Pete, and Patty, you will laugh as they chase lightning bugs, frogs, skunks, and a chicken on steroids. You'll fall in love with the characters and their mamas with tales of Sunday night baths, trips to the company store, Miss Myrtle getting the vapors after something Dino had certainly done. Dino, Tall Tales from Simpler Times Up on the Hill is a story of family, food, and fun. Stories from the porches and gravel roads of a small coal camp that will capture your heart and your funny bone. And we hope it does. So let me just read you the prologue. Grab yourself something to drink. The sun crests the tops of the mountains and casts its warmth on a new day. You can see the morning dew glistening on the new day's light and painting the hillsides with every shade of green imaginable. You hear the sounds of the morning birds greeting you and the slight buzz of a bee reminding you of the sweet taste of fresh honey. Wrapping around you like a warm blanket are the aromas of the morning air, heavy with the scent of honeysuckle and lush foliage. Breathing deeply, the wind rushes over you, and your mind is flooded with images of a more peaceful time. Like a picture album of long-lost dreams, each image tells a different story. But this is Dakota Hill, a small coal camp in the 1940s in a forgotten holler, nestled between two creeks and a river. The view from Dino's back porch looks over an outhouse, down to the coal tipple at the bottom of the hill, and mixed with the dew, a light covering of coal dust permeates everything inside and out. And that wind, well, it was a good northern breeze that would make this house downwind from Miss Iva's home and outhouse, and the smell was anything but honeysuckles or flowers. Like a picture album of long-lost dreams, each image tells a different story. There are different images depending on your view of things. All of them may have hints of the truth. In the small coal camps of Appalachia, during early to mid-20th century, there are 1,000 stories. This one is a picture of Dino, Miss Mary, Myrtle Roberts, and others that represent a simpler, harder, and hopefully a little more humorous life on one of those hills. But Eric and I have to tell you, we have a disclaimer in the beginning of the book that says everything that follows is 100% true. Now, we may have exaggerated, embellished, made up everything, but we never lie. So anyhow, grab yourself one. Dino. Tall Tales from a Simpler Times Up on the Hill. And I want to add that because we are writing this book based on some factual characters, some made-up characters, all the names have people that live somewhere in that area of Appalachia. And so we decided that we would give part of our profits from each book to various Appalachian charities that encourage and entice the children of Appalachia to be more creative, to appreciate the arts, whether that's donating books, sponsoring kids to theater camps, being able to make writers' camps available for them, musical instruments for schools that might not have any or that have children who can't afford instruments, art supplies, all of the things. So just remember, when you're buying Dino, not only are you helping me and Eric, but you are also helping some of the different charities of Appalachia that support the fine arts. So anyhow, thanks for listening to me. I hope that you'll stick with me. I hope to be able to film a little bit more often now that the book is done and I can just sit back and enjoy. So y'all take care, and I'll catch you on the next video.